the first-gen Bentley Flying Spur, the cheapest way to feel like a billionaire and the fastest way to go broke if you buy the wrong one. Today, you can buy one of these for the price of a used Camry. But does that make it a bargain luxury rocket or an expensive headache waiting to happen? Today, you're gonna find out. Okay, let's talk a little history because the original Flying Spur is honestly one of the most underrated luxury monsters out there. Back in 2006, Bentley took their Continental GT, already a rolling cathedral, and said, you know what this needs? More doors and more reasons to flex on your neighbors. So they stretched it and gave it a proper sedan silhouette and stock a 6-liter twin-turbo W12. Yeah, that's right, not a V12, a W12. The engine produces around 552 horsepower and 479 pound-feet of torque, and all that power is sent to all 4 wheels through an automatic 6-speed. 0 to 60, you ask? Well, sure. About 4.8 seconds in a car that weighs nearly 3 tons. This is literally like a marble fireplace doing a run down the quarter mile. Now, visually, the Flying Spur still oozes presence. Even nearly 2 decades later, it looks like money. It's understated, but commanding, like an old school luxury yacht. The detailing from the chrome grille to the subtle curves, it's classic Bentley elegance before the era of giant touchscreens and blacked out badges. Step inside and you are greeted with more leather than a high-end luggage store. Everything you touch feels expensive. The seats, the dash, even the air vents, which are made of real metal. This was hand-built in Crewe, England, and it shows. But remember, this is 2007 luxury. The infotainment system looks like it was designed by someone who just discovered PowerPoint. Still though, the craftsmanship makes up for it. And the rear seats, pure executive lounge vibes. On the road, the Flying Spur feels like a bank vault with a turbo. It's whisper quiet, smooth, and yet brutally quick when you floor it. The air suspension floats over bumps like you're riding on silk, but it's not exactly sporty. Think of it more as crushing miles rather than carving corners. Now, here's the catch. You can pick one up for under $30,000, but a brake job might cost you $3,000. An oil change, over $500. And if the air suspension leaks, that's another couple grand. This is not a car for the faint of wallet. If you can't afford to maintain a private jet, maybe don't buy one with 4 wheels. And starting my favorite features right here with the doors. These cars are equipped with soft close doors on all 4 doors. Simply gently close your door and the car will do the rest for you. Oh yeah, what an elegant interior this is. First, one of the coolest features in here, in my opinion, double cup holders, individual cup holders. Because why do you want 2 to pop out? No, I want just what I need, okay? Just what I need. Here you have your little airplane tables. Put a little drink or your Wendy's. Ooh, yes, fancy. You have vents that defrost or defog the windows, and you have your window controls as well as your seat cooling or heating controls right in here. In here I have a little ashtray. There's lots of ashtrays all throughout this car. You have some controls up here for your lights, microphones so that it can record your voice in case you take a phone call from back here. And you do have the access port right in here. All right, now let me show you the front. Now this is where it's at for me. In here, very comfortable place to be. It looks almost identical to the Continental GT, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. Right on the side of the doors, there's pockets in here for you to put papers or whatever it is. As you enter your Bentley and you have your Bentley key, okay, there's multiple options to start the vehicle. You can either pop the key open, very VW of them, or you can just simply start the engine start-stop button right in here. And so let's take a listen to that. How did you like that cold start? Pretty amazing. Now, pretty interesting here under setup, other functions. You can go in here, select your maintenance for your vehicle and your wiper change. So you can set up the position of your wipers, come right up so that you can maintain your wipers or replace them. Date and time so that you can adjust your Breitling clock right in here in your Bentley, and you can do that manually or you can do it through GPS. Right down here you have your shifter, which is a beautiful piece all on its own. And how cool is this? These vents don't have a lot of articulation but really take care of all of your heating and cooling needs. You simply move these, which move very elegantly, and when they move, when they pivot from one angle to the other, it actually curves where the air supply has been distributed to, which is pretty ingenious. And then these buttons in here basically flap, so they control how much air is coming out, but then also directionally where that air is going. So you can either close it or open it. Very elegant setup. And now you're really pumped and excited to buy one of these. So allow me to highlight some of the things that you should look for when buying one. I made a video to show you general things to look for when buying any car, like body shape, signs of wear, leaks, etc. I've also created a checklist so that you don't miss any of the steps. The link is included below. Use that as your starting point, but now let's dig into things to look for these cars specifically. Keep in mind that it's never a bad idea to bring along a car-savvy friend with you who is familiar with these cars to help you look for things. If you found one that you have your heart set on, I would also recommend that you get a PPI. It's a pre-purchase inspection done by an experienced Bentley shop or the dealership. It'll be the best $200 you spend on the car. Right, so let's jump right into it. All right, first item, air suspension failure. What happens is over time, the air suspension system starts to leak and the compressor gets overworked. You should look for the car, make sure that it's not sitting too low on one side or the other, or if you hear the compressor running loudly or constantly, if you feel the suspension feels floaty or bouncy, check into that because that could be a problem with your suspension system, your air suspension system. Next item is under the hood. And that is cooling system leaks. So what you want to look for is aging rubber hoses or any plastic components near the turbo heat. That usually causes issues. So look for like smell under the hood, low coolant warnings, or damp spots around the radiator, under the car, etc. The expansion tank. And while we're here, let's talk about misfires from coil packs and spark plugs. This is usually caused by the heat from the W12 cooking the ignition components. And so look for rough idle, check engine light. If you have a slight stutter on the acceleration, those kinds of things, you know, not the end of the world, but on a W12, simple jobs are buried under jungle of wires and plumbings and stuff like that. So make sure to check for that. Next, let's talk about the transmission on your Flying Spur. And that transmission is right around here. These are equipped with a 6-speed, and these work under high torque. And sometimes if you skip your fluid changes, that can cause issues. So if you find that you have delays from park, or you have shuttering under load or anything like that, if the transmission shifts are strong or whatever, you might have an issue with the transmission. So make sure to look into that. This transmission needs to be shifting very, very smoothly. Next is electrical gremlins. Now this is all luxury car plus British engineering / German engineering, means it could get expensive. So make sure that you check all the electronics. Use my checklist to test out all the features of the car. Look for things that seem odd. The soft closed doors not closing properly, or the boot not closing properly. Sometimes that's an indication of your service battery going bad. Look for any warning signs. Give yourself a lot of time to check all the features. Next, let's talk about front suspension bushings. This is an issue that I had a lot with our Range Rover. So a heavy car plus spirited driving, let's just say not a great mix. So look for clunking over bumps, wandering steering, or uneven tire wear. This is not the priciest repair labor, but it adds up fast, so make sure that you look for any awkwardness as you test drive the vehicle. If well maintained, these cars are pretty reliable. Some of the major items can be very costly, but others you can do yourself. If you are a DIYer, I see no issue with just about anyone working on these cars. They're not that complicated. And lastly, I want to talk about recalls. Find out the latest recall information on your vehicle right from the manufacturer's website. In the US, you can also visit the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. The link to both places are included below. Use that. For either option, you can put in your 17-digit VIN number, and that will give you any open recalls for the vehicle you're looking at. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you find this video helpful and informative. If you did, give me a like, subscribe, give me some comments below. If you know of any other issues that we should be looking at specifically for this car, put them in the comments below. It might help somebody else as well. See you in the next video.